To the contrary, when you go to conservative events, and Defending a Dream was a good example of it, everybody's just chatting. Everybody's hanging out. Everybody's really nice to each other. I'd sit next, on one side of me would be a young girl who was, I don't know, early on in college, and on the other side would be an old dude next to me, and we'd all just be chatting with each other. And we were interested in each other, and, oh, where are you from? What you doing? Where do you work? Some people had just joined the movement. Other people were skeptical of the movement. Some were libertarian. Some were conservative. Some were more social con. Some were more fiscal con. And it was just, everybody was just hanging out and having a good time. I'd get on a shuttle bus. Everybody on the bus would be chatting. You would have wealthy people, not wealthy people like me, and just this big mix of people would just get together, and wherever you were, they would just hang out and chat, and it was great. I was exhausted on the flight home, and I had my normal thing where, oh crap, who's going to sit next to me, and I hope they don't talk to me. And this lady sits down next to me. She's probably, I don't know, late 50s, early 60s, something like that. And then I noticed that she has a Defending the Dream pass peeking out of her bag. And so I said, oh yeah, I was just there. And we ended up having a great conversation for about an hour, which I never talk to people on the plane because I'm kind of antisocial at times. But once again, it's everybody I met. It was just great conversation, and it was just the attitude was so different. And the left, too, is so negative. And everything is, I'm a victim. Oh, yeah, well, I'm a bigger victim. Oh, well, you shut up because you're white and I'm black. Oh, yeah, well, I'm gay and female, and that trumps your blackness. And it was just this if I can use the term pissing match between everybody, is who is the greater victim, because the only way you can win an argument in progressive world is to prove that you're the biggest loser. I'm more impressed than you are. I'm way more impressed than you could even imagine. You don't know how bad I suck.
Yeah, you can ask Felicia. We've been trying to set up Oppression, the board game, for a while now, where you win the game when you collect the least amount of privilege of
yeah.
But that's very interesting that the left was checking your papers, so to say.
Yeah. Who do you belong to?
I like that phrasing. We have to use that. That's good.
The other thing is you weren't accosted and asked if you were a rhino. That nobody did that to you at Defending the Dream.
No, not at all. And that's the thing. I could, you can just kind of tell. People supported different candidates. It was a lot more groupthink at the lefty events. And I think part of it, too, when I wrote the piece over at Ricochet, some of the members were saying, well, that's kind of self-selected because AFP is naturally a little more fiscally minded. That is true. However, it accepts people from all across the board. And, you had people who, were like, say, their Catholicism on their sleeve, and they were totally accepted. It wasn't like, ooh, what are you doing here? You're not one of us. And I've been to so many different conferences with such a diverse crowd on the conservative side, whether it be something in my state or city or something national. And it's just this hodgepodge of people. And for all the talk about, Republicans are in a civil war and Republicans are in disarray, for the most part, it's like, yeah, we have different things about us, and that's kind of why we're conservative, because we're unique and we recognize everybody else is unique, and I recognize that, hey, they're really into this one thing, I'm into this other thing. That's cool that we can both be different. Whereas on the left, it was just get in line, fit in your box, and stay there. Where is your caucus meetings? Because they had all these different caucus meetings. But they did also have the gender-neutral bathroom. They did not have that at Defending the Dream. That was Advantage Netroots, because I did use it, but I thought it'd be a little more exciting, and it was boring.
Well, because I think guys want gender-neutral bathrooms because that's like getting into the wonder of a woman's bathroom, because guys know that the girls' bathrooms are nicer than theirs.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I had to sit down, though. That's the one thing I was. I was gender neutral.
So literally toilet humor. This is awesome.
This is amazing.